Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. Me, Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I am here this morning, bright and early. A little bit late because I don't know what. I've been farting around trying to get this thing to go on. And oh, that's what it was. I couldn't get my camera to zoom down. You guys like it when my desktop's a little bit closer on the screen. So I couldn't get my phone to zoom down. But anyway, let's get this going. Okay, I have another treat package, of course, you realize that, for you this morning. I'm going to show just a random, I think mine is not Valentine's Day, and all the pieces and parts that I cut last night to get ready. I got them all right here. And I'm just going to say, let's go. Let's get started. That should come down to my desk down here, yay. And I gotta strategically place it. So you guys, what I showed you what you're gonna need. This is after, so got some tear and tape. You need some Hershey nuggets. You need and this is where I said if you don't have all the supplies, don't worry about it. You don't have to have an alphabet set or punch. I had that just to show you where you how you could kind of like personalize. I've got a long baggie that I got from Clear Bags. Let me show you in case anybody really wants to make these. They are 2 inches by 10 inches. And don't worry if you don't have these, you can get something, those treat bags like at the big box stores. I think by the cake decorating, they would probably be made for decorated pretzels, you know, that you've covered with caramel and yummy goodness. But we have those, and then I just have strips of paper that are 1¼ inches wide by 3 inches long. Obviously, if you're using 12 by 12, you can get 4 of them out of it. And then I have some random white for my letters. And then we need a piece of coordinating cardstock for a base. And now this is probably making no sense. So I am going to show you ahead of time here. Here's one that I made. And this is probably a little large. Candy is frightfully expensive. So you may not want to make one for every child in your kid's classroom. But this is an idea. But if you don't have like an alphabet and a punch, good morning, Mom. Don't worry about it. Here's another idea. I whipped this up as an idea for like a wedding favor, wedding shower favor, a little Mr. and Mrs. on it. But I didn't have the letters on the chocolates. Mike thought that one, my resident creative director, could be for baby girl. Also, that type of idea, but any designer paper that you have. Here's my thought on a baby shower favor, something like that. This one that we're gonna make is, you know, I thought that I wanted to make it Easter looking, and I don't remember what word I was gonna spell now, so that's all right, because we're just gonna make any word. But take your 3-inch strips in your tear tape, and on the side that you don't want showing the back side for you, go ahead and put 2 strips of the tear tape. This could be end of year parties somewhere. It could be, I thought another cute one would be, if you didn't want to use 4 of them because that's kind of expensive, like I say, you could do 2, and use it at your kid's graduation party. Like do a 2 and a 4 and then, package them together. So you don't also need these cellophane bags. I'm thinking you could use those baggies, that you, uh, the fold over kind, the old fashioned kind, that fold over. You could use those, you could trim them. Saran wrap would probably even work nicely if you could find a way to secure it on the bottom. I cut these bags down and then folded the top over kind of like I was doing a gift, and then I taped it down. So this one though, we're going to do a little different. So we're going to peel the tape off, and I think I did that without even telling you. Stick it to the bottom of the candy, then wrap it around and stick the other half down. Your nugget is now wrapped. And you might even get by, mine's a little bit wide. I went from the base, but up here it's not. So you might even go a little bit narrower if you wanted. And also I think because I bought special dark chocolates, mine are gold. You might be able to get silver in the regular, if you just bought a big bag at the store that wasn't all the special dark. So I went ahead and wrapped up a bunch of these ahead of time. And actually, I'm not going to use that 5th one. Oh, yes, I just might. No, I don't think I'm going to spell out Mike, because he's going to be eating all these yummy candies for me. So I'm going to get out my letters. And I did do Gorgeous Grape. I brought Gorgeous Grape ink. And then you just need probably, I don't know how wide this tag is, not very wide. Just over 3/4 of an inch. So you don't need very much scrap paper. We're going to, I'm just going to outline it. I'm going to use this little stamp and give the letters an outline just to give them like a home base. Go ahead and stamp this for how many ever little letters you need. I might make some more samples, like Christmas. You could do Joy, Noel, Santa, whatever you wanted. And also have these as little stocking stuffers or little secret Santa gifts that you leave somewhere. Like I said, I'm going to spell Mike. Where's my I? There's 10,000 letters on, variations on here. Oh, here's the I. I'm just watching the weather news channel this morning, and looks like we're changing it back to winter feel. It's going to be down in the 30s in a few days. I think that's still actually good. I'll take that. None of this zero-y, negative-y stuff. So I'm sure that winter is far from over. Even though my backyard was filled with robins again last night. My friend said she had a bear sighting in her neighborhood, and I think somebody needs to tell that guy to go back to sleep. Shouldn't he be hibernating? Maybe not all bears hibernate. Maybe that's a myth, but I thought bears went into hibernation for the winter. Got so warm it woke him up. All right, so we're just going to spell out Mike for this treat. And I actually wasn't going to put any letters on it, but then I realized I was needed to show you the personalization, so. I'm gonna punch these out. And this stamp set is still in the catalog. This letters, very versatile. Especially now that you see this fun treat thing that you can make with it. All right, so we're gonna just spell Mike. We're gonna give a little shot of glue to the back of all these, just to get them to stick on there. Let's get the glue going. Yeah. Hope you guys can hear me. Hey, Teresa, good morning. All right. So now we got our word spelled out. I'm gonna move that aside. So how many ever letters you're gonna have? You'll want if you're gonna go like this direction. And see, I don't know what I was gonna spell, but I had another one. I think I wasn't gonna spell anything. But you'll want a base just for stiffness. And mine is 2 inches wide. Then we're gonna make a 1/4 inch channel on each side. And then I figured like 1 inch long for however many letters, 1 inch for each letter, right? But this one I thought I was gonna try and go this way. And so my paper would need to be a little bit longer, but I'm gonna show you this. And so we might want a little bit wider channel on this one. So I'm gonna bring in my trimmer and I'm gonna go, I went a 1/4 of an inch. I'm gonna go 3/8 of an inch. So make a channel on each side. And like I said, I'm gonna try 3/8 of an inch. See if that is a good width. Then fold those up. And then this will just give that stiffness to the bottom of the bag. Keep it. So then slide your base in there. Then we're gonna slide our letters in. This will be a nice little treat, like I said, for pretty much any need. For those of you that got on late, I'll show you. Hey, Janice, I'll show you the other ones that I made. So this one I thought would be cute to cinch up at the top. And I'm gonna close it up with some, this is some orchid opulence ribbon that I had. Whatever you got on hand. I like to kind of just help you guys along with just using what you got so you don't have to buy a lot of extra stuff. But feel free to buy. Oh, I want to hold on that though. I don't want to finish that off. So then we're going to finish ours off. I brought another piece of Highland Heather. And I got my bunny rabbit. We're going to make this guy for Easter, right? So we're going to just put a bunny down. And then I'm going to take this is a retired set called Easter Bunny. And I'm going to take the words that are in here that says an Easter treat for you. And we're just going to stamp that inside the bunny. Maybe another color, maybe, a better stamp job. but we're going to put that inside there. And then this set had this bunny punch, Easter bunny punch with it. So we're going to punch out a bunny. And then I just have a hole punch. And so I thought that it'd be cute if it just hung on there. So I'm going to see how that works. I obviously haven't tried it. We're going to pierce his ears. And let's cut this off. So I think I will try this. I'm randomly thinking out loud here. I'm going to tie a bow after all. And then because I want that to be able to dangle, I'm going to cut that off a little bit. Feed this through his ear. And then I'm going to tie a knot. I'm just going to see how this works. Might not be tight enough or big enough. Let's tie two. When you pull this ribbon, it really condenses down. So we need a bigger knot. So I'm going to tie two like over the top of each other. And I thought I already tied a bow. I untied my bow, but that's all right. Give it a little tug so it dangles. Then we can cut off the top of our bag because we don't need that much sticking out. And then now, like I said, it dangles there. We could, and then, little Mikey would know that this is his Easter candy and nobody else's. We could also add that other candy in and then tack that down on there. And this is where I was going to do this and not put any of the letters on there. So then you could tack that down and like put your bunny on there. And then anybody could grab any one. You wouldn't have to have it specifically designed for anybody. But at my house, you need your names on your candies or they all belong to this person. So that was it for today. Let me show you guys that came on after I started some other ideas that I did with this. So I did this one for like a wedding favor. Again, I said candy is outrageously expensive. I think, well, I went to our local little village grocery store, which is already a little bit higher price, but I think it says shareable size bag of nuggets was $7, I think, I think it was $7. So I'm almost out making these treats that I made. The bag is almost empty, so you'd need a lot. So my friend Kathy had to make some little wedding favors, and they bought, I want to say like a 5-gallon pail of them, some enormously sized thing in bulk. You could do that if you needed to. It's probably cheaper. But you could narrow this down to 2 if you wanted and even put it that way. But this one I did in fresh freesia and I didn't put any letters on the candies, just added a little Mr. and Mrs. tag with a pretty ribbon. And the same thing if you were having a baby shower. I made a baby one with the letters, some baby themed colors kind of paper if you knew what the sex of the baby was, or what colors they were going to do for the baby's room. You could do that. And then I made this big one for like a Valentine's Day idea. But again, that takes up a lot of candies. but maybe your people are worth it. You got some faves at work, you just want leave a little treat on their desk. As I mentioned, any paper you can wrap them in and have it fit your need of whatever you're going to do it for. And Christmas paper with just joy, and then do it like this. Joy up this way with the tie at the top and maybe a sprig of something would be beautiful. So that's our idea for today. And I saw my friend posted, yes, you could do love too, Teresa. Very good. And that would shorten your candies way down and add a heart to it. But I'm going to see if I can make, and I will try, and maybe I'll come on and do another video. Or she used two and she turned them into little Valentine's mailboxes, and they were adorable. So I'm going to see if I can make some of those this morning, and maybe I'll do a little video and come back and show you for anybody again who needs a quick treat idea for friends, coworkers. It might be a lot of work for a classroom of Valentine's, but it's always an idea, because in all the 20 years, almost 20 years that I've done stamping, my Valentine's class was my biggest hit ever. I did it for like 3 years in a row, and I had a treat with every project, and then the kids made enough to take to their classrooms. And then I stopped when the classroom sizes got so big that it was just too expensive for me to do the candy for all of them and have it be economical for the parents to provide that for the classroom when you can go buy a box of Valentines for next to nothing. It was just, it was priced me out of the ballpark. But I suppose I could go back to doing that again, and a couple people here and there might enjoy it. But the kids did it. It was for the kids. So the adult came and helped the kids, but the kids made the Valentines. And it was just fun. It was always my biggest classes ever that I had. So that was always super fun. But that's it for today, you guys. I appreciate you getting up, and not getting up just for me. Hopefully you're already up, but getting on and watching me this morning. And I will talk to you again later. Have a great day, great weekend if I don't come back and talk to you again. And I will see you at least tomorrow for my next idea of video lives. Bye, guys.